Assalamualaikum. Welcome to my channel again. Today we are going to make a very short and but very easy to follow countdown timer in Adobe Photoshop. You don't need any prior experience with Photoshop in order to make this tutorial with me. All you need is a laptop or a machine, and you need a copy of Photoshop, and we are good to go. So here we go. So this is what a Photoshop screen looks like, and so what we are going to do is we are going to press Control N to open a new window. I like to use the shortcuts more than I like to use the menus. They really save the time. So now we are going to change the dimensions. We are going to keep them as 1920 by 1080, which is the standard high definition or resolution. Okay, now here we have a blank screen white. Now let's wait here for a second. As you can see, there's a lock here. That means we cannot edit this particular layer. So what do? How do you unlock it? And why do you unlock it? We're going to talk about that in just a few seconds. So how do you unlock it? It's very simple. You just double press on this layer and this pop-up box opens, and you just press OK. There you go. The lock sign is gone. Now you might ask, why do we need to unlock this? Well, I like to start off my projects by defining the center of the screen so I can align things properly. And how we are going to do that is simple. We are going to press Control key so you can see this box around the screen. That is called, for the ease of use, we'll call it resizing box. So as you can see, there are small squares all across the screen. There's one on the top left, then there's on the middle left, then there's one on the bottom left, so on and so forth. So what we are going to do is we are going to define our center. How we are going to do it? We are going to drag the rulers from left and from the top, just like here, and press enter. Okay. Now you might ask, how to get the rulers? Well, the shortcut for getting the ruler is Control R. You press it once, it comes, you press it again, it goes back. And what about these green lines? Well, these are called guidelines, and you can show them or hide them by pressing Control semicolon. Alright, so now we know our center. So what are we going to do? We are going to press T, which is for text. We're just going to write number 1. You can play around with all the fonts if you want to. For me, this is fine. Okay, then I'm going to press Control T again. Okay, and I'm going to make it large. And we can also play around with the color settings. You feel free to do whatever you want to do. Alright. Now, in order to make the countdown timers, we are going to make it till number 10. So what we are going to do is press the Alt key on the keyboard, and we are going to drag this layer a little bit up. See? It makes a copy. Now we are going to double click on this letter T, and the text is highlighted, and we are going to type 2 instead of 1, and we're going to repeat the process till we get till number 10. So number 3, number 4, and as you might see, I keep clicking on this icon from time to time. That's used to basically hide and unhide the layers, so you don't confuse yourself in a lot of mumbo jumbo. So alright, so we are at number 6, we are going to make number 7, and number 8. Okay, 2 more to go. And number 9 here, we have number 10. Okay.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Now we have 10 layers from number 1 to number 10. So what are we going to do? As we have decided that we have to animate this, so what we are going to do is we are going to go to Window, scroll down till you can see this option Timeline. Click on it. It should open a little box like this. Now we have just hide our layers. Okay, and now see this. There are two options. We have this option with frame animation, and we have this another option which is for videos, which we are not going to go into details in this particular video. So just click on create frame animation and see what happens. Okay, so as you can see that number 10 is selected here in this box called timeline. But what about rest of the layers? Simple. We go on this menu, select make frames from layers. Presto, we have all our 10 layers here. So what we are going to do now, we're going to press shift, press on number 1, then press on the last number 10, and all the layers are selected. Then we are going to go to this little small box which says 0 second. Click it. It opens a box. Basically it means the amount of seconds you need from one frame to another second. So you're going to set 1 second. So the time of 1 second is selected across the board. The first time I was doing this, I did all the layers one by one. So this is a handy tip for you to save time. Just press shift, select all the layers and select the time, and it will change the time all across the board. So what now? Okay, now just press play, and there you go, the timer is done. Now you might want to ask, hey, that's 1 to 10. What if I don't want 1 to 10? What if I want a fancy space shuttle like 10, 9, 8? Okay, that's simple to do. Just select all the layers, go to menu, and there you see reverse frames option. Do it. There you go. All the frames are reversed. So we have now 10, 9, 8, 7. Wow. Okay, so you have that fancy countdown timer which you can use. And we have a last frame which is empty. If you might want to use this frame at the start, as simple to do, just press Alt key, drag it, we'll make a copy, take a copy of that blank frame to the start, and there you go, you have a blank frame there, and then you have a blank frame at the end. Okay, now there's a small problem here. The problem is that this animation will only run once. See, there's this option, you click here and you can select different timing options. You can select once, or you can say 3 times, forever, or you can press others. If you press others, you can customize the time. You can say I need it to run to like 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, whatever the amount of times you want. So there you go, you have just made yourself a customized countdown timer in Photoshop. So my favorite shortcut is Control Alt Shift and S. That's the shortcut for Safer Web. You go there, you select the GIF, whatever. If you want to resize the animation, do it here like this. Enter the dimensions. Again, now this one problem I am not able to figure it out is that I have to again select the amount of times it needs to run here, and then I enter the name and save, and there you go. Simple.